Mania style pixel art looks so good, so charming. I did well. Wait, there's smooth art? Oh, it hurts my eyes. Wait, I'm not smooth, am I? Yeah, that's right. I'm on a mission. Everything needs to become pixel art. No, everything needs to become Maniafied. I won't stop till I look Maniafied, you look Maniafied, your mum. The thing we're gonna Maniafy today is not pixel art. We're gonna turn the box arts into Mania goodness. Let's just do it. Alright, of course, naturally, we're going to get started with Sonic 1. First thing you might notice is that I'm using the American box art. While of course I don't prefer the Sonic design in these box arts, what's interesting about them is they are actual scenes, and that translates into pixel art a lot more interestingly than random shapes. But because of that design, I'm going to be making some artistic decisions and kind of changing him so that he looks like he does in the actual games. Because of course this is meant to be Mania style. This is like an alternate universe where not only are all the games in a Mania style, but the actual game packaging too uses pixel art in the same style as the games instead of random drawings. Now, a lot of this is just shading, getting that Mania style, but a big difference between this and the last video where I did the title screens is this is all new work. Aside from kind of tracing the original box art, I have to draw everything brand new. So there's a lot more effort in this, it takes a lot more time. You will see at the end of these how long they take, but I think it also means I can have a lot more fun with them. The background of this Sonic 1 box art is very simple. It's kind of in a completely different style to Sonic, but as I'm translating the medium, I guess, the style, I'm gonna make everything kind of fit together. Or well, that's my plan. So colors might change, I'm trying to make things brighter, I'm trying to kind of bring the shading style into the same level of depth as Sonic. And yeah, this one's pretty simple. Sonic takes up most of the screen, so it's kind of predictable. Of course, the most interesting part of this entire box art, the title, is just plain text. And some finishing touches. And that's Sonic 1 done. Here's the before, and here's the after. It's still the same thing, it's just completely transformed in style. Sonic kind of looks more like Sonic should. And honestly, if this had become a thing in real life where the box art used pixel art styled like the games, it could have really worked. Or could it? Let's try something a little more difficult. And of course, next is the American Sonic 2 box art. And you can see what I mean about scenes. This is a scene. It's kind of a weird one, but it's a scene. But this is very different. The characters are tiny, and the emphasis is put on this big, fat 2. Still, the characters have to be changed a bit so they actually look like they're meant to. And my god, Tails looks so different to his official design. So much so that I wasn't even sure that I was drawing him right. I think he ended up looking at least somewhat correct. But yeah, so Sonic and Tails don't take very long at all. So this number 2, it's a little more complex than it looks. I tried to employ some tricks to get the grid pattern kind of easier, but it turns out the tricks didn't really work. I kind of had to just do it manually anyway. But the basic idea is to kind of create all the vertical lines and then overlay the horizontal lines, and then you can kind of subtract the difference. Sadly though, there's not many pixels to work with, and it just has to end up looking kind of grainy. But I do a lot of cleaning up, and I think it looks fine. It looks pretty good, especially when there's shading added. Getting the front done, very simple. And then we move on to the man himself, the scary lad, who also has to change a lot. You have to give him his glasses, you need to remove his beard, you're going to make his nose red, of course. This man has a perpetual cold, and that wasn't captured in the original box art. That said, I really like the design. I like how angry he is. He looks like a threat, and I've always liked this box art for kind of trying to seem serious, even though it's kind of being ridiculous at the same time. But yeah, most of this work is just a lot of shading. Getting things looking good, looking smooth. The background is just a gradient, which is kind of darker on Robotnik's side, so the bottom of his face kind of fades to black. Gotta get those crumbles. And yeah, now it's just the extra fluff around the outside. Well, I also gave him an extra finger because he is meant to have 4 fingers. I'm not sure where the 4th finger went. And a far more interesting logo to finish. I've always really liked the original Sonic the Hedgehog logo. I think having kind of the 3D text at the bottom is much more interesting than just the flat line of text, but that's just me. And that's Sonic 2 done. That was 5 hours of work. Here's before, probably one of the best box arts for Sonic out there. And after. We've just captured the whole thing. It looks just as good, except it's using an in-game style. And you know, it serves the purpose better. What you see here is what you get in-game, kind of, design-wise. We got the most difficult one coming up now. Sonic 3. Why do you have to consistently be the most difficult game to deal with? You didn't have to draw an entire detailed scene like this. No, but we're going for it. We're going to do this. We're going to make it look great. Sonic's kind of filling up a medium portion of this, which is actually beneficial for us because he's obscuring this dense greenery that I have to draw. Also, we have 3 or 4 characters on screen at once. As you can tell, just a small change to Sonic's head shape has made him look immensely more like himself. One thing I did notice about these American designs, or this drawing in particular, is how small and like chubby his hands are. His fingers are like proper fat sausages, so I do try and upscale his hands and fix his fingers. But he does have 4 of them, so where did Robotnik's 4th finger go? Once again, I wasn't sure if I drew Tails right, but I think he looks pretty good. Finally, we get to draw a machine, something interesting. Well, the 2 was interesting, but this really is like a scene from the game. And we start on the plants. Now, I'm fine with drawing plants, but the problem with these plants is every single leaf had kind of a slightly different color to it. And with every single leaf I drew, I wasn't sure whether to change the color or just use the kind of greens I'd already established. And it's pretty frustrating to have to think about that every single leaf, because I want this to be a good representation. But aside from that, it's very repetitive. Finally though, we're near the end of the leafery. And now we have our one and only mountain from the box art. Well, there was kind of a mountain in Sonic 1, but that's an island, that's different. But I am surprised, because do you even see a mountain in Angel Island Zone? Maybe not. Our first palm trees too, they feature heavily in Sonic, and this is the first time we get to see some on the box art. Unless those were palm trees. For the title, I tried to cheat and just downscale the Sonic 2 title, but it kind of just was the same amount of work anyway. Just some finishing touches to finish off. Like, we've got to draw the... And also, I have to draw the
16-bit arcade graphic.
And we're done! Holy shit! Let's not waste time. Here's the before, here's the after. Boom. You can see I didn't put extensive detail in the leaves, and that's because if you try and draw every single bit of detail, even in low contrast areas, your image is going to look grainy. You are allowed to, and you should, cut corners where you don't need to put in that effort. A smartly drawn picture will look good. But yeah, overall, this is a very cool box art. It's not quite as menacing as Sonic 2. I would like to see something a little bit more disturbing, but it's good. I mean, look at it. It's hot in here, or maybe I'm just sweating because of how good these turned out. Honestly though, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave ideas for more pixeling, maniafying, whatever challenge or just task to do in the comments. That'd be very much appreciated. And maybe you could like and share if you liked it. That would be cool. You'd be a cool person for doing that. And by the way, I've heard your comments on the previous video. You want more Maniafied title screens, and yep, I'm gonna do that. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, thanks so much for being here. Whew, it is so hot.